Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another few reviews for you. From the independent comics, we're going to be talking about Carnival Row from the Dark. We've got Captain America and Wolverine starring in the one-shot Weapon Plus over at Marvel. And then, of course, as you can see here, we're going to be talking about Harleen, the Black Label comic from DC. All right, let's get to it. As always, start off with a cover. And got to tell you, actually, I like this one. The cracked facade, the mask over the regular face, but the regular face looking like the mask. It speaks, I wouldn't say it speaks volumes, but it's definitely a great image. I do like that one. Steven Sejic, story and art. Now, this is the gentleman who did the Dark Prince Charming. So I was very, very interested in this one because I do like the Dark Prince Charming from earlier this year and late last year. That being said, this book opens. I'm like, okay, here we go. All right, we're telling the story of Ivy. All right, this could be good. This could be good because, they're delving in. We know the basics. I did this video over on I Love Comics about her comic book origins. It'll be coming here as well. But I had just read Mad Love and we got the origin and it was a bit abbreviated. So I'm looking forward to this extended version until I realized, oh my gosh, they did Mad Love except boring. Holy Toledo, it is so absolutely 100% dull. Oh my gosh, the art is great. I'm a little iffy on the Joker design because he looks like, I don't know, he looks like a modern day millennial 20-something-year-old. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the way the Joker's drawn here, but maybe because I'm used to the over the top style with the chin and all that kind of stuff. But the story itself is boring. It is absolutely dull. It's The conversations between Harley Quinn and the Joker that makes her fall in love with the Joker should have been interesting. It should have been at least something that would grab you and say, dude, you got to check this out. But it's not. We get a whole bunch of pseudo-psychology on the on why criminals are criminals, but it never really delves into anything. It's all surface level. And this is the crux of the story. This is what's driving it. And unfortunately, it never does. It never grabs on. The characters are boring. Harley Quinn's boring in this. And it isn't a fact that, okay, well, yeah, as she becomes Joker's henchman, that's when she becomes interesting. We're talking about a woman who became Joker's henchman. There's got to be something before that. There's got to be something that really takes her over the top. Why is she the kind of person that could fall for the Joker's stuff like that? That should have been a question, but it never got answered, really. And as far as making this Black Label, yeah, she says the F word a couple of times. There's no real violence to it. It could have been cut out. It didn't have to be any kind of rated R or anything like that. They would have lost nothing. Because the story itself, like I said, never actually goes any deeper than any of your regular comic books. And this is a problem. This is a problem. Now, this is something they made the Joker, and I don't know if you could hear my bird, by the way, but if you hear squeaking, that's what it is. Anyway, they never make the, they did change the way that the Joker and Harley met. There was a first meeting now where the Joker held a gun to her head, just like that, and she thought she was gonna die. And there's one part. This is the good part. I'm gonna tell it to you. You could skip it after this. Where she's in Arkham, and she approaches the Joker in his cage, and he goes, "You look familiar, but something's missing." And then he lunges at her and at the glass while he yells, and she has that look of fear, and he goes, "Oh, there it is." And that's how he recognized her, and that was what he thought was missing in order for him to recognize her and everything. But that was just about the only good scene in the book, unfortunately. I really wanted to like this. Like I said, I do like the Dark Prince Charming. I was hoping this would be somewhere near that quality. Unfortunately, it doesn't just fall short, it falls way short. I would not be surprised if he got a Gabby nomination. All right, so next up, we're talking about Marvel's Weapon Plus, starring Wolverine and Captain America. Talking about the cover first, I don't like it. It's okay with the Wolverine having the helmet thing, but Captain America never went through that, and let's not pretend that he did. Yeah, please, come on, guys, seriously. They already retcon enough inside the book. Let's not do it on the cover as well. So the story starts off in the streets of New York. We get Wolverine hurdled right in front of Captain America, and he comes out and says, hey, we got to fight. So the two of them fight these guys that just keep disappearing or breaking easily, I should say. And they're like, what's going on? And this hologram pops up, says that they're the newest incarnation of what was been going on with the experiment that caused Captain America. It's been continued as they're trying to create the perfect soldier and everything. I've got some stuff to say about Ethan Sachs. I think that Diogenes, whatever his name is, Neves, the penciler, I think the art is okay. It's not great, but at least it's not going to kill your eyes. And in some places, it's actually pretty good. So the whole thing is that there's this experiment going on. It's been continuing. What created Captain America? What led to what gave Wolverine his claws? And they just kept going and going and going with the experiment, and it's become a bit Frankensteinish. I'm paraphrasing, but that's the gist of the story. So Captain America and Wolverine have to investigate this, and well, that's about as deep as it goes there. Now, there is one kid who we see him as a kid in 40s, and he hears about Captain America and Bucky's death, and he's like, I will continue your fight and everything. And this is where, you just can't trust modern day writers because they don't like America. And he has a very, I will continue your fight for America. And they don't believe in American ideals. They don't know what America is all about. They don't know that it's about the individual, that it's the fact that we could self-govern. And because of that, they miss out on what America truly is and what Captain America stands for. I mean, just read Ta-Nehisi Coates. He's been f***ing up Captain America for a while now because he just doesn't understand what America is all about. He sees it through a prism of one thing and one thing only, so all of his writings go through that same prism. So it ends up being this whole thing about beating the guy who believes in America, but in one particular part of America, and they destroy some tanks, they beat him. It's, like I said, it's not horrible, but man, it isn't good either. Carnival Row from the Dark. So I picked this up because I heard about the TV show. I haven't watched it. Okay, this is a big problem. Okay, I haven't watched the TV show, so I really don't have any idea what was going on. And unfortunately, if you don't know what's going on, if you don't know the story of Carnival Row, you're getting no help here. They expect you to already know what's happened, what this is all about. They expect you to know the characters. There's no real world building. There's no real character building, or at least character identification. You jump in. This is this guy. What are his motivations? Who cares? Go. It's very much like that, as they investigate somebody who's been bombing different parts of the city, and they're trying to find out who is doing it. So that's the mystery. Now, obviously, it takes place in a world with fairy tale creatures, as I see, fairies walking around. I think there's a centaur or two. Yeah, there they are. And so I was like, oh, okay, this looks interesting. And the thing is it takes half the freaking book. It took half the book for me to go, oh, okay, so I see what's going on now. Now, maybe that's on me. But a little bit of exposition, a little bit of story in the beginning to tell us who and what and why would have gone a long way to help this story out, to make it a little bit smoother. Now, here's the thing. I ended up liking it overall. After I read through once, I went through again, and I thought, you know what, actually, this is a good adventure story, with the fantasy elements and everything. And that was without knowing a lot. If you already watched the TV show, if you know who everybody is, if you know the names of the characters and such, I think you're going to get a lot more out of this than I did. Now I do want to watch the TV show. So as a tie-in, it worked at least that much of magic. Could you please be quiet, bird? Oh, my goodness gracious. This is going to be my new normal, isn't it? This is my new normal, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, back to Carnival Row here. It's definitely worth reading if you already know the show. If not, you might want to take the plunge, but do it at your own risk. So there you go, guys. Those are 3 reviews. We had Harleen, we had the Dark Carnival, and, of course, the Marvel one-shot. I would have to say the Carnival Row was the better of the two. I think this is the second one of these reviews that I've done where it might be the third, where Marvel and DC did not produce a product that I enjoyed, and it was the independent comics that I recommended. Yikes. Come on, Big Two. You got to pick it up. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, of course. Don't forget to click like and share, subscribe, of course. Now, YouTube really cares about the notifications, so make sure your notifications are on and you ring that bell. Also, if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Ko-Fi or to Patreon and put $1 in the tip jar. Or you can commission a video and go over to Ko-Fi to do that. Links in the description below. Thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Bye.